Welcome everyone, it's sunny in Van where the grass is always greener. On this channel we try to educate and provide information on real estate, cryptocurrency, business, and the blockchain. This show is sponsored by Movement Technology Inc. Movement is a digital marketing company. Get creative with Movement. On this show we might have affiliate marketing links that may pay out us a commission or a referral payout. Before we move on to the show, disclaimer alert, the information and content on this show is for educational and informational purposes only. This is not financial or professional advice. With that being said, let's move on to real estate.
It's sunny in Van.
Housing costs and Canada's unique way of capturing them in inflation suggests that consumer price gains may slow rapidly in coming months. Impersonators posing as homeowners linked to 32 fraud cases in Ontario and BC. Mortgage and title fraudsters who impersonate homeowners and tenants have targeted at least 32 properties in Ontario and British Columbia, investigators and official warnings suggest. Rental markets tightened across Canada in 2022, CMHC. Canada's rental housing market tightened last year amid surging demand that outpaced supply, even as many large cities added units, a new report from Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation has found. Canadians who watched the cost of taking out a mortgage steadily increase over the last year were dealt with another blow when the Bank of Canada upped its interest rate to 4.5% Wednesday. Housing market experts see glimmer of hope in BOC rate hike pause. Housing market experts said a forecasted pause to the Bank of Canada's months-long interest rate tightening cycle offers some hope as the impact of consecutive rate hikes sink in deeper for homeowners and interested buyers. Now let's move on to cryptocurrency.
It's sunny in Van.
How do you feel about Bitcoin? Do you feel that Bitcoin will test time? Do you feel that it will maybe be a world currency in the future? It could take 10 years, 20 years, 40 years? Do you believe in the technology behind Bitcoin, which is the blockchain? If you want to learn more about this technology, be sure to check out Movement's blog post. There's a lot of information there that can help you out and learn about this technology. Or if you don't have time to read, check out their weekly YouTube videos. They're a great lot of information, a lot to learn, because it could maybe potentially change your life. Maybe if you're a business owner, maybe some of this technology can be added to your business process. Be sure to educate yourself. As you can see, it is at $23,000 US. Look at that bullish market right here. Look at that trend. Again, it was down to 16,500 as of Saturday. That was the 31st of December 2022. And in 2023, in January, look at this steady incline, and then this huge jump over here, some sideways action, and another jump, and a little bit more sideways action. Now, what do you guys think about Bitcoin? Do you think it's going to continue on? Now let's move on to Apple stock. Right now, Apple stock, you can see it at 145, call it $146 US. There has been a bullish trend right here as well. It looks like it was roughly on Thursday, the 5th, January 2023 at roughly around $124, $125 US, and it's gone up since then, maybe roughly around $20 increase in the price at around $145, $146 US. And let's just go back and just see where that trend was from way before. It looks like it peaked roughly around $183, $182 roughly USD. And let's go all the way back, as you can see where it used to be. It used to be way down around $23. And look at where we are right now. We're still fairly bullish from when it started a long time ago. $145 US, as you can see here. Let's move on to the Amazon stock. Amazon stock right now is $102 US. Let's just zoom in on there right now just to see that trend. You can see the candles here. It was roughly at $81. Now that is January 6th, 2023. It went from $80, let's just call it $80 US, all the way up to $102 US. Another let's just say $20 increase. Let's go back to the all-time highs. Again, roughly on $188, $190 US. And is a little bit down right now, but we'll see the test of time where it's going to head out when the economy seems to do a little shift here. We'll see if we're going to head into a recession. So pay close attention to the economy. Let's just move on to the Tesla stock. Right now, Tesla stock is looking at $178. Sorry, $178, $180 US roughly. It doesn't look like it's gone up a whole lot, but let's just see right here. It looks like actually it's done quite a bit of a jump. If you look at it, on the 6th of January 2023, it was $103 US, and it's jumped all the way up to $178. Wow, that's over $70 that it's gone up. That is quite impressive. That is Tesla stock. All-time high is, although at $414 US, that is a significant decrease, as you can see, from the all-time highs, but it does have a little bit of a recovery. Again, we'll see how that economy goes. Now let's head over to some business news.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
Since we're on the topic of business, what are you doing for your business currently? Are you an entrepreneur, small business owner, or are you looking into getting a business? How are you building that personal brand? Are you utilizing social media? If you have not done so, it is a free tool or platform for you to get your brand out there or your message and services. Platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok are great ways to get your brand out there. Now you can post on a daily or weekly basis. Take out a half hour out of your day, maybe an hour, maybe it's weekly, but do start posting. You will see a return over some time. Don't expect everything to turn around in one day. You got to plant those seeds and watch them grow. If you do not have time yourself, but you do have a budget to get into the social media, you should reach out to Movement. They can put together a social media marketing plan for you. Now, if you don't have a budget, you should start posting as much as you can on social media. If you listen to Gary Vee or Gary Vaynerchuk, he will tell you that you should be posting 15 to 20 times a day. Now ask yourself, are you at that stage? And if not, how do you get to that stage? Do you have an employee that you can give these tasks and duties to? Do you have time out of your day? It doesn't have to be a whole lot, but try to start somewhere. It is better to start that branding now than later, because guess what? Your competition is already doing this. All right, we are on the Reuters website. Let's look at some news. Exclusive India's Adani says 2.5 billion share sale on track even as bankers mull changes. A 2.5 billion share sale by India's Adani Enterprises remains on schedule as the planned issue price. The company told Reuters on Saturday, while sources said bankers were considering changes due to a market rout in the group's shares. FTX founder Bankman-Fried objects to tighter bail, says prosecutors sandbagged him. Lawyers for Sam Bankman-Fried on Saturday urged a U.S. judge not to ban the indicated FTX cryptocurrency executive from communicating with former colleagues as part of his bail, saying prosecutors sandbagged the process to put their client in the worst possible light. Gucci names DeSarno as creative director with task of reviving brand. French luxury goods group Kering has appointed Sabato de Sarno, a senior fashion designer at Valentino, as creative director of its top brand Gucci, it said on Saturday. UK regional airline Flybe ceases trading, cancels all flights. British regional airline Flybe on Saturday ceased trading for the second time in 3 years, with all flights cancelled and 276 workers made redundant. German labor representative says Ford execs have offered talks on restructuring plan. Ford executives have indicated they are willing to hold talks with labor representatives over planned structural changes at the U.S. carmakers' plants in Germany, the head of the Workers' Council at Ford's Cologne plant said on Saturday. Rheinmetall moving towards order backlog of 30 billion euros. CEO, German arms maker Rheinmetall had a record year in 2022 and is approaching an order backlog of 30 billion euros. CEO Armin Papperger told Reuters in an interview. China aims to boost consumption and imports as global demands cool. China's cabinet said on Saturday it would promote a consumption recovery as a major driver of the economy and boost imports. State broadcaster CCTV reported, at a time of cooling, global demand as major economies teeter on the brink of recession. Recession fears pose challenge to energy shares after stellar year. A potential US recession and tough comparisons to a stellar 2022 are weighing on the prospects of energy stocks delivering an encore to last year's stunning run, despite valuations that are seen as comparatively cheap. Iberia flights disrupted by IT problem. Dozens of international and domestic flights operated by Spanish flag carrier Iberia were disrupted on Saturday by a problem in the company's booking and boarding system, the airline said. Now let's move over to some blockchain news.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
WazirX says Binance lied about ownership as dispute about India's largest exchange escalates. The back and forth about the ownership of WazirX could have a devastating effect on the Indian exchange and its users. Doge claims Sam Bankman-Fried tried to influence witness testimony, asked for communications ban. A court document filed by prosecutors on Friday alleges that Bankman-Fried messages FTX US General Counsel Ryan Miller on Signal asking to reconnect and vet things with each other. White House calls on Congress to step up its efforts on crypto regulation. Officials in the Biden administration urged Congress on Friday to expand the authority of regulators to police the crypto industry. Bitcoin holds steady above 23K as traders eye Fed's next meeting. Bitcoin and Ether have outperformed equities this year. The FOMC's decision on interest rates loom large over markets. Terra Luna Classic price prediction: can Luna hit $3 in 2023? A token worth roughly over $1 billion on the Terra Classic protocol is edging closer to a 17.54% move that could propel it to $0.00021. Bitcoin price prediction as 35 billion trading volume comes in. Can BTC hit a new all-time high in 2023? In the past week, Bitcoin has seen a 10% rise in its value, leading many to believe that a bull market is arriving. The price of Bitcoin can be unpredictable. However, there are certain factors to consider when predicting its potential future performance. California DMV to use blockchain technology for record keeping. The Department of Motor Vehicles in California plans to use blockchain technology for record keeping, including the issuance of car ownership and simplifying transfers of such ownership. Formula One racing team secures $100 million sponsorship from Crypto Casino. Is the bear market over? The crypto gambling platform based in Australia, Stake.com, has entered a partnership worth $100 million with Alfa Romeo Racing Team, indicating a comeback in crypto-related sponsorship. Wow, that is great news. Look at that money coming into cryptocurrencies as well as blockchain technology. Do you think this is the future? Now let's move on to real estate.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
All right, everyone. This is part of the show that we will look into a house, do an analysis. So let's get right to it. Now let's look into something in Vancouver, BC. And as usual, what we like to do is put the minimum price at $275,000. And let's just do a max of, let's do it up to $600,000 this time around. 1+ beds and 1+ bathrooms. And let's see what is available. Let's go to the east. Oh, actually, this is the west side of Vancouver. Let's see some properties that come up here. Let's look at this property right here on 2409, listed for $439,000. Now the realtor is Anne Marie Spicer. If you want to get a hold of this realtor, 604-714-1700. It looks like they are part of the Sutton Group West Coast Realty out in 1508 West Broadway, Vancouver, British Columbia. And there is another realtor on here, Virginia Spicer. Let's take some look at some pictures. Looks like a little bit of an older building here. You got the living room. It looks pretty nice here. Not too bad. Smaller kitchen though. Smaller bedroom. Dated kitchen, that's for sure. That's not bad. The bedroom size here. You got a little bit of view, but you do look into another building. You got 2 closets. A little washroom here. Not bad view. Another view. Oh, that's nice. It looks like maybe possibly a shared outside space. You do get a pool access. Let's take a look at this blueprint here. You got a bathroom, the foyer, couple closets here. Well, actually 3. Bedroom, living room, a dining room. I guess that other picture was actually a dining room, and you do get your own balcony as well. And is that all for the pictures? Yes, it is. Let's look into the description here. Balsam Court, one of Kerrisdale's finest concrete co-op buildings. This bright, spacious northeast corner, 1 bedroom, 1 bath suite features a great floor plan, lovely oak hardwood floors throughout, and lovely treed outlook. Wonderful amenities include free laundry on each floor, common rooftop view deck and outdoor pool, incredibly well-maintained building featuring new roof, piping, boiler, elevator, interior painting, and south and northwest parking membrane replacement. Within walking distance of Kerrisdale shops, terrific restaurants, public transit, community center, parks, library, etc. Maintenance fees including property taxes, heat and hot water, gardening maintenance and management company, adult-oriented building 19 plus, no pets, no rentals, no smoking, minimum 35% down payment. Call now for your private showing. So when we do the analysis, we'll do a 35% down payment on this. It's been on realtor.ca for 60 days, built in 1964, 664 square feet. Let's look at some statistics here. So in this area right here, population is 641, average household income is 81,000, number of households is 331, median age is roughly 51 years old, and households with children is 60%. Now, let's head over to the mortgage rates, and let's just see right now, 5-year fix is 4.49. You know what? Let's go further down and let's see one of the bigger banks where they're at. Let's take one at 6.2 TD, and let's just see where the returns are right now. The highest return that we have is 3.75, but let's just go down to see a bigger bank. So when we do the analysis, we'll see if our return on investment is bigger than the bank itself. Let's keep it at 1.8 for one of the bigger banks. Now let's move over to a portion of the show that we call Sunny's World.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Sunny's World. We do love data and we do love analysis, and we hope this portion of the show will give you a lot of value. So as we had mentioned, it is a house that was worth $439,000. And from there, it looks like the interest rate that we were going to use, let's just go quickly back here, was 6.2. So let's change this to 6.2. And let's just see what our analysis has put together for us. All right, everyone, here we are. As you can see, there is a lot of data, but don't you worry, I will go through all of this for you. But let's start off with changing this down payment to 35. Now, at 35% down, we're going to do this full analysis and we'll see where we are. We're going to start off this analysis with 35% down. However, we'll make it as if you were living in this condo yourself as your principal residence, and then we'll change it into as if this was a rental just to see where you would be. All right, everyone, 35% down on a $439,000 property. You're looking for a down payment of $153,650. This down payment will leave you with roughly $285,000 of a mortgage. Now, again, compounded semi-annually, you do have 6.3% as your interest rate over a 30-year mortgage with roughly property tax of $1,500, which will be included in the mortgage payment, which is $1,760. So you see that the mortgage payment is $1,765 a month. Again, look at your salary and see how much you make after taxes. Look at your cost of living. Let's see if this is worth it for you to invest in. $1,760. Now, again, that's a big down payment, $153,000 just to get this property. It is 35% down that they are requesting. To get a mortgage like this, roughly, you're going to need a salary of $58,000. Again, are you making over $58,000? Call it $60,000. And if so, this is a property that you can get qualified for. Again, this information included is for educational purposes only. This is not financial or professional advice. $58,000. If you cannot afford it yourself, get someone else with you. Maybe it's family, maybe it's friends. Get dual income. It will be that much more easier for you to afford something like this. Now let's take it a little bit further here. Let's say that this is a rental property. Now, if it is a rental property, you could get a potential rent of $2,400. Now, this is quite a bit. This would easily offset a mortgage payment of $1,760. Now, this portion of the show, we would like to move on to called Sunny to the Moon.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
All right, everyone, Sunny to the Moon is the potential that you can make as a cash flow property and where the property would be in roughly 5 years. So let's just go ahead and break this down. If you were to get rent that is $2,400, you would have enough cash flow out of the rental property to pay out this monthly mortgage payment. You would be then left with $566 a month. That is monthly cash flow that you are making on a month-to-month basis. Now, each monthly payment, you're also going to be building $268 worth of equity. Now, over a year's time, you have built roughly $6,800 of rental income, as well as $3,300 worth of equity. Now, equity is the principal that you're paying down out of this mortgage amount that you have owing. Now, over the course of 5 years, the rental income that you have earned is roughly $37,000, and the equity built is roughly almost $19,000. Now, let's run this one more time. If you buy property for $439,000 with a down payment of $153,000, your mortgage amount would be roughly $285,000. Monthly mortgage payment is $1,700. However, you are getting potential monthly rent of $2,400 with, on a month-to-month basis, you'll build a cash flow of $566. Now, if we look at the down payment, and off the down payment, the yearly ROI with the rental income, you are making 4.42%. Now, going back to the bank for the interest rate, again, BMO, we're at 1.8%. So if you put your money in a bank and it's $10,000, if you're making 1.8% versus putting your money down into a potential of like a house or a condo or a property, you're making 4.42% rental income return. Now, the equity built in 5 years, again, is $18,000 roughly. If we were to take the equity and the rent that you have built over the 5 years, that is looking at $56,000. Now, something that you should look into is, let's say you don't buy a property, and if you're living somewhere, you're paying your monthly expenses, your living costs, your rent, whatever it may be, over the course of 5 years, would you be saving $56,000? Are you saving $500 a month in a course of 12 months? That's $6,000 over 5 years, $30,000. Are you close to this number? Now let's take it a little bit further here. Now, if the property itself increased over 5 years at a rate of 3.11% year after year, the property would have increased to $511,000, which is well above $439,000. The difference between where the potential increase and what you paid for is $72,000. That is quite substantial. Now, if you add what you would have built through equity and the rental income to the potential increase of value, which is $72,000, and you were to sell that home, you would sell it and get a return of almost 84%. Now, are you going to get that 84% by putting your money in the bank? I don't think so. The minimum salary required with rental income goes significantly down to $43,000. $43,000. This is a whole lot easier to pay that $1,700 when you do get help with rent. Again, this is for educational purposes only. It is not financial or professional advice. We do hope that you enjoyed this week's episode. Again, please do like and subscribe to this channel. Leave your comments below. With that being said, Sunny out. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode. It is season 1, episode 5. Please do like this video and subscribe to this channel. We appreciate you taking out the time to be here. And if there is a house that you would like us to do an analysis on, please leave a comment below and we'll be sure to include it into next week's video. If there's anything else that you would like us to cover, also leave that comment. We'll try our best to include it in next week's episode.
The clouds may gather, the winds may blow.